There we go. Hello to SNKronize. Your entire family, all four of us are here today. It's myself, Olaf, Kitty, and would you like to introduce the dog, Olaf here?
No, I'm gonna let Kitty do it. She's holding him.
Huh. But he's our son. It's fine. Do you see Daddy? You see
No.
Daddy? Rock?
No.
Rock Howard? Do you see your papa?
So this is Rock, and we officially went with Rock. So
Yay!
we also
Hello.
call him Rocky.
Yay!
He is definitely going to get a super cool red jacket someday.
He sure
Nice.
is.
Look at the little puppy.
Yes, you.
Dude, I like the ear. I like the way the ears are just like moving.
He's not doing the thing that he usually does. Like, let me see. Okay, if I hold him like this, he puts his hands together when I hold him. Like, and it's really cute. It's like he holds his hands, but
And
he's
he just
just
goes,
like, Mom, why are you paying attention to this and not me?
Yeah,
Yes.
he wants attention.
See how good you look in lighting? Yes.
He's so cute.
Dude, a natural born pretty baby.
So we're not sure where we adopted him. Said they estimated him to be about 4,
I don't
but
believe it.
we're not convinced he's that old.
Right.
No, not at all. He's still so puppyish and wants to play, and I'm his favorite chew toy. So I think he's like barely 3.
I mean, obviously he's been abandoned for a very long time, right? So might have just been one of those situations where he never really got to grow out of the puppy phase, right? So,
but he is full grown though.
He is. He's not getting any bigger, right? So
he's a little
Which is
guy.
fine. He's so tiny.
I mean, when I first met him, I seriously thought he was 4 months, at best. Seriously. He's tiny. He's such a cute little thing.
Itty
It's like the size of a tennis ball.
You heard that.
A tiny little thing.
I wonder if he can recognize Olaf on the screen yet, if that's a thing or not.
He looked like he was staring at it and kind of distracted. Like, what?
Right.
Well, now he's looking at a picture of Antonov. That was
Close enough.
Well, I mean, all of us are. All of us would be looking at pictures of Antonov, right? So I don't think that that's an issue.
Not really.
I wish I had one handy.
Okay, so the way I'm holding him right now, is the way he expects to be held while we're driving. And I am his hammock, and I lean back like this in the chair while he gets to look at everything. He loves looking he loves people watching, he loves seeing the environment he's driving through. Certain cars excite him and he barks at them. Like, this little dog is smart. Like,
does he stick his head out the window already and sniff everything?
Absolutely not.
We have not even let him try.
That is so bad for puppies. He'll fly away. What are you talking about?
Look at him.
I mean, also, he's so tiny that, like, the smallest thing going in his nose is, like, huge.
Right. Look at him. He's, like, sleeping right now.
Yes, as long as he's with me. Mama's boy already, dude.
Nice.
Mama's boy.
Meanwhile, I'm doing my best my impersonation over here because it's
I mean, you've got the shirt, you've got we're almost all wearing our new shirts.
Almost, Mike. Almost.
You gotta Damn, about to be a Tenno commercial right now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Doing a Tenno commercial. Oh my gosh.
Mike didn't get the memo, I guess, huh?
I loved the way my eyeshadow was with this shirt, like I posted, so I just had to, I just had to have it on for the show. But Roth, you need to go back in your cubby.
I've had way too many episodes where I have not been wearing any SNK clothes, so I'm doing it while I can. Dang, we really do have the entire line, don't we?
We did. Is this all the whole line?
Yeah, this is all 3 of them.
Yeah, because they didn't make one for the cover art.
Oh, that's right.
Dude, we didn't even coordinate this either, that we would all get the different ones, did we?
No, but like, let's be honest. We all knew good and damn well I was getting this one. So.
Yeah. I do have. Oh, we lost Kitty again. I do have that one as well. So, but nicely that I just happened to be wearing the my one today. So, I'm
Okay,
just scared to
Tenno?
wash these.
Tenno, please make a shirt for Rock in his tiny size. He could do a Garo one with that new poster, please.
How does that work, by the way? Can you just get a regular shirt and do you just like, do you actually tailor it for a dog or something? Is that a.
Do you really want me to answer all that right now?
That means yes, I think so.
Go to work.
Probably more than just tailoring it for the dog.
It varies too from dog to dog.
Rock go to work in his office now. Okay. All right, we bought him a playpen. It is now called the Office because I have trained Ella and Humphrey in the past to go to work.
Ooh, that's right. Has Rock met Ella then?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
How are they getting along? Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
She's tolerating him because like Ella is a spoiled brat.
Oh.
Not my doing.
Okay.
Not my doing. She is my mama's baby and she like is a spoiled brat. So, and I mean, we've trained her in the past. She's pretty good, but for God, like 3-4 years now, she's just been an indoor dog completely. She forgot what it's like to be social. And she does
Right.
she loves people. She doesn't like other dogs.
Okay.
So
She wants all the attention, basically, right?
It's not that, it's she has the high ground. And like when she has the high ground, she turns Napoleon. And I take her off that high ground and I put her right next to Rock and she's like, ah! And runs away from him. So it's
like,
total...
you know how dogs like they have that fence and they bark at each other and then the fence is gone and they're like,
That's my favorite videos, dude.
That's Ella. That is Ella.
There's
that
like two.
Ella.
There's like two versions of that video, which are like the best, basically, of just the dogs barking, and then the fence goes away, and they're like, "Hey, what's up?" And you close the fence again, and then they start barking. It's hilarious,
Flipped
dude.
over his food dish again, by the way.
Nice. He's just taking after Uncle James now, right? He wants to flip the table, so.
Kind of. I mean, like he's he's using it as a toy, and he cannot. Not a chewy.
He still hasn't grown too accustomed to me yet, but we'll get there at some point.
He likes you. He's interested in you. He just doesn't know you. And I mean, you've been recovering, so we can't fully have
exactly.
You know, and playing around with him yet. But don't worry.
I'll have a chance.
Yeah.
I'll have a chance to wrestle with him soon.
You really will, and he loves to play hands and chew. So you'll have fun with him.
Nice.
But he's a precious boy. He is a little bit of a handful. Him and Kaze are getting along.
Kaze, the cat, huh? Interesting.
They look alike.
Yeah, he does match his bigger cat brother.
True. I didn't even think about that. That.
I mean, I have a funny video I took. I was holding Ella and Rock, and he kept trying to give her kisses while I was holding each of them in an arm. And I was having them dance around. I'm going to make a little video of it later. They will like each other, damn it. Anyways,
I mean, that's what I've been trying to do with... That's what I've been trying to do with my cats for like the last 8 years, trying to get them to like each other. Oh man.
Yeah, but they like snuggle together.
Sometimes.
I mean, at least they accept that they're siblings.
Yeah.
Like, your side of the room, whatever.
Yeah, basically. They don't... Well, like I said, Jasmine hisses at him a lot, but that's just because she gets annoyed easily. She's sensitive kitty, so...
Well, again, Nathan is also just randomly just like went bap bap to her a few times, and she's like, "What the hell?" So yeah, it's like,
he likes to try to put her in headlocks for sure.
Yeah, they're definitely catting, but you know, it is what it is. That's how they are. So I'm hoping by Christmas these two will be like snuggly by the fire. together.
Yeah.
If not him and Ella, definitely him and Kaze. I would not be surprised.
Just hoping that that Rock and Ella will get along like Capcom and SNK, right? Speaking of
Speaking of CBS and CBS2,
Mike's gonna be like, I'm changing back to the other shirt. I don't care anymore. Oh man.
those
Let me
two.
turn you guys up a little bit because I think you
Do
guys are a
we
little
do we
quiet.
really do we want to just go into that right now?
Yeah, I mean, why
guys wanna
not?
just-
I
All
mean,
right.
that's the main thing to talk about. Although there's
really
really
is.
not much to talk about, to be honest with you, right? So
I mean,
We had
there's
fun, did we
layers.
not? Last weekend, this past weekend, we got to participate in the Mayhem event.
Yeah. But that's a different topic entirely.
Okay, so let's go with the CVS talk then.
yeah. So
And
obviously,
Oda in general.
Oda has stoked the flames of
Again.
CVS3 stuff again. Exactly.
Again.
But I feel like this has kind of been the most that he stoked it since, right? So
I'm not gonna lie, this is the most solid. Yes, we both want to. Because
right.
at first it was like, I would like to. Would they like to? I don't know, but I think it'd be fun. And now it is a hard confirm. Yes, we both want to. We both want to see what happens.
So let's see when somebody with the budget says okay.
Well, I mean, so again, Oda just had an interview recently, right? Do we know what it was like with or anything? Was it at
There's honestly been so many interviews over the past week. I'm not positive which information comes from which one.
Well,
A lot of it
this
does
was
come from his presence
famous
at
one,
GameCube.
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
this
it's
was
a
a
lot of
famous
European
one
interviews.
which was like the most recent or the one that people are talking about the most. But for like the last 3 or 4 months, he has been constantly interviewed. I don't think people realize like how much he was on Harada's bar, okay?
Yeah.
Talking, all right?
watch that
Like
one.
he's been everywhere talking.
I mean, Harada's bar was the one where he actually fully just admitted that they switched from delay-based netcode to rollback netcode partway, which is what we all suspected why the game got delayed a little bit, right? I mean, he didn't actually say it got delayed because of that, but I think we can all kind of put 2 and 2 together, right?
It was definitely heavily implied.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct on that. So, he's again, for the past 4 months, he's constantly been interviewed and talking about all sorts of wonderful things, including, in the tweets that I sent you, the ones about Garo.
Right.
If you want to pop those up real quick.
Okay, let's see here. I mean, one of the interesting things about this too. Hang on a second. Oh wait.
There's go to the second to the last one. Yeah.
So this one here, right?
That one first. Yeah.
Okay. Hang on.
Ah, yes. The
Oops.
original teases.
Exactly.
So let's see here.
Let's chit chat to this because it just everything that we're going to talk about right now obviously ties into everything else everyone else has been talking about. So
right, yeah, he wanted to go back to do Garo, right? Yeah, we remember this one
because that was part of the SNK Heroines ending, which female Terry was introduced, and that was part of it. But if you read that first tweet, that's the second one, yeah. But go back to the first one.
Oh no, people are seeing the first one. Oh,
okay. Yeah, so if you see what he's saying in that one, and then the second one will pop up.
Right. So here's the second one.
You already know he was ready and already planning with Garo too.
Right. I mean, we know about Garo.
This was the first glimmer of hope for that. So all these interviews he's been talking, then all of a sudden during Evo, what do we see? We see that they did a phenomenal collab with Capcom, with Matsumoto-san, making welcome back posters for Evo this year, because why not? Everybody wanted to go big for Evo this year. They have already been talking since past roundtables, and I think this was a phenomenal way to kind of basically let people know that, hey, we're doing stuff and we're doing things and we're passing around ideas. Like, you look at those posters.
We're playing nice now.
Exactly. And you look at those posters, already looks like a CVS3 roster to me. I don't know. Kind of does. And then what happened a few days later? We got a big old tease with all of them going out to dinner during Evo.
You just accidentally scrolled all the way to the top there.
Yeah, I don't even know how that happened. Yeah. All right, let's do this. I mean, again, people don't see this right now, so I'm trying to throw this.
Weird.
Yeah.
That's
right. That's not how that works. Why does it do that? That's really annoying. Anyways, here's this dinner here. But again, one of the things that Oda said in the most recent interview was literally that, the posters actually kind of surprised them how much everybody was like, oh my gosh, CVS. And they were like, he was like, it seems like that there is a ton of interest for this. So perhaps this is something to do. So we have the Capcom and the SNK guys all in this dinner over here, or not even just dinner. Well, I guess it is a dinner, huh?
It is a dinner. It's like a huge roundtable discussion dinner, and this is where obviously I wouldn't mind making CVS3. What about you? Yeah, I think it'd be fun. Everybody liked our posters conversation happened, which has led him to say what he has said in these past interviews that everybody is going crazy for.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, right? So, I mean, obviously, okay, SNK, Capcom, talking to each other, having a grand old time here, potentially CVS3. But the question is, does it behoove either company to actually make the game right now? Because Street Fighter 6 is just now. I mean, anytime soon is probably not the right answer, right?
No, if we're real lucky, it'll be like year 3 of Street Fighter 6.
Okay, I was gonna say in the 3 or 4 years from now, I would prefer 3 years from now. When Street Fighter 6 is already started off and in there, and then we get the first preview teases at another big event of more Garo, maybe a new title of that for Garo 2, and then we get a really quick teaser of CVS3.
Right.
Or them even saying CVS3 was greenlit. That I would like it to be slow and steady, and I hate to sound like a jerk right now, but I was really waiting for somebody to leave Capcom so there would be hopes of CVS3 happening, and also there would be, hear me out, and there would be hopes of like a new Rival Schools or a Darkstalkers. And people would always ask me my opinion. Oh, Kitty, don't you want a new Darkstalkers? Don't you want a new Rival Schools? And I'm like, yeah, but not till a certain person leaves so it could actually be good. So I'll just leave it at that for now, but the way things are going, the way people are actually getting the freedom to do what they want to do, making the games that they want to make,
I'm saying
I
it
am nothing
again.
but happy and optimistic.
I've said this a million times on the Tuesday show. I might as well say it here as well. If they make a new Rival Schools, please hire me, because I already know how to make the next Rival Schools really sick. And actually,
James, if you get hired, you have to bring me on as a special advisor.
All right, fair.
Can we just talk right now? Can we just talk right now? What is it going to take for us to help and contribute what we can for Garo 2 and a CVS3? Capcom. Capcom,
here.
you know us.
Look,
SNK, you know us. You could use us.
Please. I will let them make the games. It's just Rival Schools 2. It's just, I mean, a new Rival Schools. It's just a new Rival Schools because it has the potential to be a really fun team game, but I don't want it to be the same kind of team game as in the past. Like, I have a completely different take on the way a team game could work, and I think it would be super sick. And so I'm just telling you right now, my idea for Rival Schools 3 would be extremely awesome. And so Rival Schools Neo, whatever you want to call it. So, you know, just let me know.
Rival Schools College Edition.
Yeah.
Justice Revival.
Yeah, the only way
Justice
that
College.
I would, and then of course the only way, I've said it a million times as well, that I'd want a new Darkstalkers game is if they hire ArcSys to do the graphics at least. If they at least hire ArcSys to do the graphics.
Anything that is the closest to old school pixel animation that we can get that will be on par, I would have
Without
to
costing
agree.
$1 trillion.
Without costing $1 trillion, without Capcom trying to have to make their own type of engine to do so.
Right.
But since we've had roundtables, since we have companies that want to work with others, and since everybody has tossed around guest character from this game to guest character to this game and so on and so forth, I wouldn't think that would be such a big issue or such a big jump in this day and age.
Everybody's already been hiring ArcSys to do everything, right? I mean, technically,
Plus Arc had BB Tag.
Right, yeah.
It's like the closest thing to like an actual Mugen ever made.
Yeah, and like, if you think about it, right, I mean, Nexon hired them for DNF, Bandai Namco hired them for Dragon Ball Fighters, and then I always forget the name of the company that owns Grand Blue Fantasy. Cygames hired them. And so again, there's no reason why Capcom can't hire them just to do the engine, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
just to do
let them be the Sega of the FGC.
Yeah, basically.
The Sega of the FGC.
Dude, I mean, look,
that makes so much sense when you say it like that. Oh my god.
I mean,
it's really true.
Olaf, I know you and I will agree on this one heavily here.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
Look what happens when the best companies get together. Because when Sega, Nintendo, and Bandai Namco got together, they produced one of the greatest video games of all time in F-Zero GX and F-Zero AX, right? So combining efforts is a good thing.
Yeah, you two would on that one, and I fully give that to both of you because of how much you both freaking love that game. But again, at the same time.
No, it's not a Kyo shirt. Sorry, there you go. It's just Iori. It's just Iori. So
it's just Iori. No, it's nothing but Iori.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
So I mean, though, this ties very well into the comment you made about them being surprised about the hype for the possible CVS3 and the posters and Ermagerd, because CVS1 and CVS2 did fairly okay when they came out.
Yeah.
And SEC Chaos fucking sucks.
Yes.
Like, it just sucks. It's got a cool universe, got some cool ideas, and then half the game is fucking Shotos, and the other half of the game is weirdos. Which is fine, you know, because they remember Tessa exists before Capcom did, you know, they remember Cheeky existed for that game.
Finally, Mars people fighting, which
Mars people, yeah. It was literally, it was either Shotos or weirdos, and there was like no gray area.
Right, yeah.
And so that game fucking tanked.
Yes.
Which is so heartbreaking, because like, I guess after CVS2, I guess people were expecting the game to be like that, and it wasn't. So,
I mean, I was hoping it would just be a 1v1 KOF, and it wasn't even that.
And
that game has problems.
They actually tried to make a whole brand new game. It wasn't like a KOF with, I mean, someone in the chat said it earlier, they want a proper SVC, which is just KOF with, like, can you imagine if they just made KOF, but all the Capcom characters had the teams of 3 as well, you know? Like, that'd be so sick.
Either that, or we get cool mix and match teams. Like, have Team Secret Agent and cameos on it with Mary and Vanessa.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be sick, because it still fits the theme, and you're still allowed to do it, and that would be a new amazing
Dude,
feature that I think CS3 would need.
Dude,
really
can you
would.
imagine they should make it so that it's 4 character teams or something and have, I don't know if you need strikers or whatever, but like Dan, Shingo, Sakura, and Yuri all need to be on a team.
the final apprentice team. Yeah.
the obsessive fanboy team.
Could you imagine the ending for that shit? Oh my god.
Dude, it's just gonna be that meme of the guy who's like biting the metal on the pedestal and then there's 20 people above him.
Oh man.
Well, congratulations, you just made the ending. Send that to Capcom and SNK. There you go. See, we're already helping.
Point is, those games did not do great.
Yeah.
And they were at, functionally the dawn of the Dark Ages. So, like, I don't know what people expect when people in the FGC want to see VS3 because those games are fucking awesome or whatever. Not even talking about just the development elements, is that when it came out, the only people who cared were the 0.0001% of humanity that we call the FGC.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that's also really, really important to talk about when we talk about this is Street Fighter Cross Tekken. When Street Fighter Cross Tekken came out, it was at the same time as Street Fighter 4. And keep in mind, Street Fighter 4 was already in its 4th year already or so, right? And even then, it was really...
It was like year 1 or 2 of Marvel 3.
Right, and it was really confusing. Like, people weren't sure how to treat Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Was it like the new game, or did people care more about 4? And it was kind of when Capcom was like, shoot, we shouldn't make too many fighting games at the same time because it's kind of a problem. And, with Street Fighter 5, as much as Street Fighter 5 was a disaster on launch, it has now surpassed Street Fighter 2 in terms of overall sales in history, right? So concentrating on one game has seemed to have worked for Capcom for fighting games at this point. So the question is it even worth it for them to try to do 2 games at the same time? It's a tricky one.
So, I mean, this comes back to the other question is, do we have the CVS and SVC problem? Or do we actually get a joint venture? Because I'm going to be fucking honest, I don't want to see SNK characters in the RE engine.
Oh, yeah. That's fair.
I will agree 100% with you on that. I will.
Dude.
Because we don't need them looking like Infinite. We don't.
Dude.
We don't need that. Nobody needs that. Nobody.
Make a CVS 3 and hire Arxis to do it. That'll be the test for Darkstalkers.
And then you bring back everyone from Dimps.
Yes.
Yep.
And then you have Oda direct them.
Dude.
How you been?
Dude.
Yes. Oh my god. Yes.
This would be the greatest fighting game ever.
Because that was back in the pixel days, okay? That was back in those good old-fashioned pixel days. I mean, Morgan just got tossed around from game to that, okay? It's just
seriously, yes. We have to bring back Pixel Morgan as an alternate character.
That'll just be the costume. It'll just be one of the costumes. I mean, that would have been more funnier that would have been funnier than Fat Mega Man, okay? Let's just put it that way. Oh, God.
Yes and no, but they would have to do it because it's just one of those games that, again, like Darkstalkers, that was so sick as Pixel. Before anybody says anything else, the other thing that will make this game succeed so damn much, and I know devs and people will have fun creating it, is you need to bring back those fucking level intros.
Yes. Yeah. The custom intros.
Level intros are fucking fire, and the KOF 95 level intros, and
I mean,
you want this game to succeed? It will succeed on intros alone. Okay, trust me.
Soul goes so fucking far for these projects.
It does, and this is why people want a CVS 3 because. Look at how much 1 and 2 impacted us, even though it didn't have record-breaking sales. people played it forever. People are still playing them at Evo.
Right.
Like, there's a reason why. Because there was love and heart and soul put into the game. And we're at this turning point right now where people are making games and getting that back again.
Yeah.
So I just want to see all the love put
I
into
tell
it.
people all the time too. I mean, I used to talk to people at Capcom about this all the time, but just goodwill is the most powerful thing that you can spend your money on. You know, I talk about this even with my job as well. Happy employees are a better company. You know, that kind of thing.
Very
Goodwill, human investing in human kindness is, you know, one of the most important things. And, you know, putting those silly little intros in there makes such a big difference. You know, it adds so much to the game. Now, obviously in 3D, it's going to be a little bit harder, but this is why it would be beautiful if someone like Arxis. What's that?
Is it though?
What?
Really?
I don't think
like
it would
you
be
have
harder.
all these elaborate backgrounds with 3D models and camera panning and stuff. I think it's almost easier now.
Well,
if you're gonna build a level anyway.
Yeah, I mean, for this age, I think one of the hardest parts is going to be, are they going to have to do the Marvel 3 thing where they just get the voice actors to say as many goddamn names as possible just in case they add them? Because once you start getting into season passes and DLC, if they add Shingo as a season pass and he doesn't have a special intro with Dan, who was already on the launch roster, you know, people are going to be like, no! And so you're going to have to get the Dan actor back in, or, you know, I don't know how that works exactly. So, you know,
I really don't think it would be that much of a problem if people are already bringing in voice actors and stuff to come back or be different voices for DLC already. Like, I don't think it's going to be a problem because we haven't heard anything of it really affecting like any of the KOF 15 teams at all, any of the new DLC, any of that. So I don't think it would be too much of a problem.
This whole year was already planned out, so we'll see how it feels next year.
Yeah. And one thing I do want to mention, addressing Rugal's comment in the chat, he says, in the past, CVS 1 and 2 coexisted with Third Strike and KOF 2000 and 2001. The thing about it is, it's a different era right now. The reason why so many fighting games could coexist is because in your arcade, you only had so many cabinets, right? So when you weren't playing CVS 2, you would go play Guilty. I mean, I played Third Strike at Southern Hills Golfland while waiting for my CVS 2 turn. And, you know, people know I didn't play much Third Strike at all, right? And obviously, yeah, it was on the home systems at those times. But again, it was mostly being fueled by arcade interest. And not only that, as Olaf said, they didn't sell very well at home. So a lot of the coexistence was happening because of the arcade environment. Today, what do we have? We have a player like Tokido not even playing KOF. Like, that is like one of the most terrifying things to say, because Tokido is, you know, he was amazing at 13. He was amazing at 13. He used to walk.
He's good at everything.
Yeah, he was one of the best. I mean, he used the most. He used the most broken character in Soul Calibur 5, but he was winning medals in Soul Calibur 5, you know, and everything like that. So
while beating everyone's ass with Hakumen and BlazBlue.
Right, exactly. And we're in an age now where it is a lot more divided. It is a lot more separate. People like me who try to play every game is actually kind of rare these days, you know. And so we don't have the coexistence that it was before. So can Capcom afford to divide their...
I'm a Marvel player, and I still haven't played DNF.
Yeah. Well, at least you didn't have to get upset by the patch, and we're going to have to patch Kitty back in here.
I know. I was like, oh, great. Everybody froze. Great.
Someone actually said anytime that happens, I should put up a sign over Kitty's video that says resyncing, you know, SNKing, resyncing.
Oh my goodness.
Or resynchronizing is what it was. I think it is. So
I still need that video I took of Olaf and the giant human hamster wheel with the cat chasing you. Like, that needs to be one of our technical difficulties.
Actually, though, no. Another good one would just be the KOF 99 Nest's door, the 705.99. Just have that pop up behind her. Be a good one.
Man.
We just need to be more clever with them. But I hate to say it, but because of the heat, like where I'm at right now, it's 104. It's gonna be 115 degrees for me here on Monday, and 113 degrees this coming Saturday. So you two might be babysitting Rock because it is too hot for puppies over here, and I think that needs to happen. It's
just going to be me because he's gone for the weekend.
Yeah, I'm gone for the weekend. I'm heading to ECT, so and I think
I'm babysitting kitties.
I think we lost Kitty again. So, oh no. I mean,
we got told to have a shit ton of rolling black.
Oh God.
Look,
it's Ebenezer Grinch. All I'm gonna say is, if only there was a reason we could explain why it's so hot over here, why Pakistan is flooded to death right now, why there's a record drought in China, and all sorts of other weather anomalies. If only there was a scientific explanation for this.
If only we had a clue for the last 50 years of this happening and something could be done about it. God.
God.
Anyways. I'm just gonna pretend I'm back in Vegas because this is like serious, ridiculous Vegas number weather.
Are you gonna try to melt some more shoes?
Yeah. Oh my God, don't remind me.
Oh man.
I can't believe my shoes melted while crossing the street in Vegas. That was some cartoon shit that I never thought I would have happen to me in real life. It really was not. It was bad. It's terrible. So terrible.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a reason why I'm sitting here with a fan over here, and yeah. I feel like I wonder if I could just.
Again, you guys are gonna be puppy sitting. It's okay. Just let it do its thing. Olaf, stop staring at me like that. I can't.
I'm not even sure what that means.
Like, stop staring at me. I can't handle it. And then dies again.
What the hell is this? This is some bullshit. I'm blaming everything on this. Oh my God. Don't put resynchronizing.
I'm definitely putting this here because this is happening constantly here. Let's see.
What about a dash, re-dash synchronizing?
Sure, we can do that.
That might work a little better.
Let's see. There we go. Let's do like 5 for the outline. Actually, let's just do 10. What the heck? Let's make the inside color.
Oh no! Felicissimo.
Oh my God! All the audio trying to catch up at once.
Competing last. Oh, why have to be?
There we go.
If anybody wants to help me getting, I don't know, something for.
I'm gonna have to do this manually.
Again, this is why I don't stream. This is why I stream. This is why I can't stream. This is why I can't play y'all. Okay, that's just math. You had to make it blink. Neon signing me? You're neon signing me? Jesus!
Flawless.
Oh my God.
Okay, so anyway. On the list of other things that Oda said, he also admitted that the new Garo game has actually been, I guess, in pre-production at the very least for a little while. So the green light was not just, hey, we got the green light. We've been actually making it for a little while now.
So in other words, his talk about like, I would really like to make a Garo 2 might have already been greenlit and he's just doing the little kind of thing, right?
Well, it's either that or he was told to start pre-planning it, and then if they liked what they saw, they'd give him the green light.
Right, yeah.
Because, I mean, honestly, we have had stories of them saying, don't give me that look. We have had stories of them saying, like, yeah, you know, nobody thinks somebody wants this, and then we got to show them that they want it, and then everybody's like, oh, okay, then you can make this then. So I feel it was kind of that. And whenever Oda goes into an interview, just make sure to pay attention, because whatever he's saying, this is something I was going to get to also, whatever he's saying, it's probably already starting.
Could be.
This is why
Could be.
He's got good pokes, okay? He's got good pokes. He's got some great neutral, all right? Like, you just gotta really pay attention to his interviews, because he throws out those little hints just here and there.
So with that in mind, he's already said that obviously, you know, it's a fighting game. It's going to have, you know, 1v1 combat and online and all this stuff, whatever. But he's also saying, because of like the world, the universe, everything there is, there's going to be a lot of single player content. They really want to focus on single player and the world and the story. And then he's like, but I also know it's been like 20 years since we had one of these, and so there's a lot of people playing fighting games now who have no idea what the fuck's going on. So we're trying to figure out the best solution for that.
Right. Okay.
So like, there might be part of the campaign that's just like something, whatever word I want, that just kind of breaks down everything that's happened in the
recapping, basically.
Revising, whatever. It's just
previously in Fatal Fury.
Previously, 25 years earlier in Garo, Mark of the Wolves, this happened. And you know what? I'm here for it, though. A fighting game that has a bunch of story again and a bunch of lore and background to it, without it being a 3-hour pain in the ass, really hokey, you know.
Yeah, and one thing I've kind of talked about is I think it would be really nice if they included Memories of Stray Wolves as like a bonus feature.
Right.
I think that would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Or some kind of add-on down the way. Like, I'm fine for extra add-on DLC to the story.
Right, but I mean, we're just talking about how to catch everybody up on launch, right? So
yeah, and I mean, just have it as part of a really cool special feature.
It's so good because it's automatic now. Oh man, but
now I do have one more thing to talk about. And I actually want to find the source for this one real quick.
I mean, the only thing that I want to add real quick about the CVS3 thing, I wonder if there's just the possibility of them, you know, let's say they do decide to make a CVS3, but, you know, they don't have the budget for something crazy. What if they just took the CVS2 sprites and, like, made a few new sprites and just made a new sprite base?
CVS2
Right, exactly. Like make a CVS2 UM and actually divide them into 3 teams and stuff like that. I think that would be really cool.
Are you fucking kidding
Okay, so
me?
cool. I do have my sources correct.
Okay.
So there's something I do want to talk about.
I mean, making sprites is more expensive, but they already have like 40 characters in sprites, right? Yeah. That's what I mean. They don't have to redraw everyone. Like literally pull an old video game situation where they just literally reuse the sprites, you know?
Ooh. She's frozen in a facepalm.
I know, right? So yeah, It would be interesting if they just reuse sprites for CVS3, perhaps, just to make a budget kind of thing, you know what I mean? Even maybe pull in some KOF 13 sprites and retouch them into like CVS2 size or whatever like that, you know, scale them down a little bit or whatever. Because obviously making new sprites is expensive, so...
Yeah.
I mean, yes, but also going back to this new Garo, they already made all those sprites with all those other characters. I wonder if those will be reused at all in game, or if there's anything they possibly could do or want to do.
Not for Garo 2.
All of that stuff.
Nah, I mean, if we're real lucky, they'll include them as like concept art special features, like they like doing. But
Probably.
nah, the odds are this is going to be in the Unreal Engine, same way they're doing right now.
Yeah, it'll probably be a 3D game if they make a Garo 2. I mean, at this point in time, I'm going to be a little salty about this again, but you know, it is easier to make costumes in 3D, hint, 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 which is, you know, one of the biggest resources for money. I mean, it's interesting. That is one of the toughest things about the way ArcSys does stuff, is that their engine makes it harder for them to do costumes, which is one of the downsides of their system, one of the reasons why people might not be. I mean, can you imagine how many Dragon Ball costumes there probably could have been in Dragon Ball already if it wasn't in that ArcSys style, you know? There probably would have been a million costumes already in that game.
I hate to say it, but I'm glad that kind of held them back from that, because we already have the game as oops, too many Gokus.
Right.
And like, I don't even want to think of the chaos that more costumes, 50,000 different colors of everybody's.
Yeah, but I mean, if they also could have just sold us a, you know, better color edit system like every game should right now. Where is my color edit mode?
Oh my god, thank you for reminding me. I almost forgot to talk about this. Not only does CVS3 need to have all of those badass stage intros, I got into character customization and coloring because of CVS2. The fact that I made myself as and I got to play as that in game, that shit was absolutely amazing to me. You guys got to give us some Soul Calibur 6 detail to character customization and coloring in the game. You don't have to go full blown, but at least if you got to bring back that feature.
I would literally settle for Cross Tekken's color edit mode, because at least it existed.
See, and if Cross Tekken can have that, you know.
The craziest thing about it too was that I had heard that Cross Tekken color edit mode was supposed to be paid DLC. Because remember when it first came out, there was only...
Part of it was.
Yeah, remember when it came out, there was only like 2 colors? You had to like buy colors or something? Like that whole game was supposed to be nickel and dime the game, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And so, yeah.
Which was a terrible idea, and I was going to bring it up earlier. I think that was one of the reasons why it was such a toss to the side type of game Street Fighter 4 was out.
Well, it wasn't tossed to the side by the devs. It was tossed to the side by the people.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
That game made too many business mistakes and bad decisions.
Yeah.
That even if the game had been good, yes, I said that, it would have still underperformed because people were pissed.
Yeah.
That game is one of the reasons Capcom was taken to the Better Business Bureau. That was a bad time for them.
Yeah, the on disc DLC thing was a fiasco to say the least. You know, that was probably one of the biggest mistakes in a long time. So,
yeah.
I will say this though. I will say 2 very little nice things about the game. I enjoyed the backgrounds. I enjoyed the stages.
Mm-hmm.
And Truck Stop song, man. You gave the best Eurobeat Pata fucking song. That was like my ringtone for years, okay? That song was inside joke. You know, I'm gonna put that as my ringtone later.
The Mad Gear, that was the one where Hagar was chasing Sodom, right?
Yes, yes. See, and this is what I talk about. It's like that type of quality in a background of a stage.
Yeah.
You know, we just need that back, especially if it's SNK, because they go ham. We already know they do that. They go ham. And, you know, I love whenever we do shows and all we do is talk about the different stage backgrounds. But it really helps sell a game. It really does. There's nothing I love more than getting like a new fighting game and just staring at the backgrounds to see what's going on in there.
Because like KOF 15's backgrounds don't have as many cameos as as they've had in previous KOF games, huh?
Like almost none. Maybe actually none.
Right. I don't think there is any, huh?
You've got some
Yes,
little
there are a
mudmen.
few.
You got some
There are a
little
few.
mudmen here and there.
No,
got-
and then
got
the Sound Beach.
Sound
stage.
Beach.
Are any of those characters fighting game characters? Which ones
Fatal
were?
Fury 1.
Which ones are there?
Michael Max, the boxer.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. But Sound Beach was
very few in between.
Yeah, Sound Beach was also obviously one of the first stages that they were working on too. So
I mean, yes, but still, it's just like that wasn't very SNK of them when it came to how they did the cameos in 15.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean,
a lot of the stages are sick. A lot of stages are beautiful. And, you know, I feel like Sam's show kind of helped with that.
Sam Show helped with a lot.
I mean, I just feel like at this point in time, though, it's largely just, you know, again, lockdown budget time. They probably just didn't have the opportunity to, you know, put in the as many cameos, you know, people to make the models for the characters and stuff.
So I'm going to be honest. I think it's the opposite. I think it's that they didn't want to put too many cameos because that would basically deconfirm the character.
I mean, theoretically,
the handful of cameos that are in there are never making it into the game.
Right. I mean, but even Street Fighter V has handled that kind of situation, right? Where was it? No, it was Street Fighter 4, where if you were playing Hugo, he disappeared from the background of the Mad Gear stage.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah, but I mean, you could also just leave everything up to speculation and just do whatever and keep it a little simpler.
Right.
Well, like Mike was saying, there are so many characters. So many characters. And they knew who was going to be in and who wasn't. All of those characters that didn't make the roster could have been utilized for the background.
But also, our hopes of this being a 5-year, 6-year game. I mean, if they do 12 characters a year, right? I mean, Jesus, then they could...
Now, I mean, that is one thing I'm going to say, though, is that I really hope the Sam Show team actually comes with a stage, too.
Yeah.
We could use another stage.
Yeah.
Like, I love the Mysterious Plateau, or whatever the fuck it's called, but we need a new stage.
Which one's Mysterious Plateau again?
The Rugal stage.
Oh, the Rugal stage. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's not a lot of stages. Not a lot of stages in the game, for sure, so...
I mean, there's enough, but I would just like more. Like, we've seen them enough now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there is one more thing that I wanted to bring up of conversations with Oda from Gamescom.
Okay.
So this one is from the website Twinfinite, which is a European nerd website, like, you know, we all like. And the guy who got to do the interview isn't as much like a big KOF head, but is a Metal Slug head.
Oh.
And so he has like, hey, are there any plans for Metal Slug? Because, you know, we've got that Metal Slug Tactics that you're not making, and we got this, that, and he's like, well, I can't reveal anything specific, but they're definitely going to do something in the future, adding that he has ideas.
Okay. So I
So
wonder...
we might get a legit Metal Slug revival sometime in the next few years, too.
I forgot, who was the producer for Samurai Showdown?
Was still Oda, right?
It was Oda, right? So, I mean, it seems like maybe with KOF 15 being a really strong success, maybe Oda's kind of giving more reins, you know what I mean? Maybe SNK is trusting him a little bit more because he's been doing such a good job with everything.
Yep, and yeah, it was him.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the producer. And yeah, I mean, and again, he's an old SNK staff member who left for a while, traveled the world and learned things, like every martial artist in Fatal Fury, came back home and is a total badass. So,
and once again, it's that part of having to constantly prove yourself in the business aspect of making these games. Like, you can say something multiple times. Like he told them he wanted to work with Unreal Engine when they basically wanted to make their own engine. And that's the failures of what happened with KOF 14. And then he was like, see, this is what Unreal Engine can do. Now let's use it. Right. And they're like, okay, you showed us proof. We fucked up. You're right. We'll do it your way. And it's like the constant, and I'm sure this is so tiring and so stressful, but it's part of why these games get made and how they get made. It's like you're always having to prove to everybody else working there that, hey, this is going to work. And they have to see it right then and there, physically, in order to believe it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, though, is it leaves me in the question of, like, has it just been because of the past 20 years SNK is so sick of screwing up that they're scared to, like, take risks and do something new? Or is it that they're just so stubborn no matter what? Because, like, the entire timeline before 14 was rough, too.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, you really see them, like, picking up the pace and doing so much better right now. And I mean, again, much like we were talking about the past few years now, even just Oda's interviews, like, the level of transparency is astonishing. Even if we don't get all the answers we want, we're getting more answers than most people give us.
I mean,
that is true.
Even when 15, before it came out, like I said, one of my first signs immediately that I was like, oh, okay, was when they did that TGS thing and Oda was with the players. Remember during that exhibition, and he was like, yeah, 14 was just light into max mode the game. And like, even just to say that, like admit that much is like, ooh, and honestly, I mean, that is one of the things to say, right? I mean, we've seen this time and time again from Nintendo, from Capcom, from older SNK, from even Bandai Namco. Japanese companies are very, very prideful. They want to make their own stuff, etc., etc. And, one of the reasons why I was so happy about the FGC Roundtable is because it was such an un-Eastern thing to do. And I feel like that is purveying strongly in the FGC side of things, which is why Harada, Matsumoto-san, and Nakayama-san, and Oda, and everybody are all just being so much more open with stuff. And it's taken a while for that to take effect. And I think really what Oda has done is starting to bring a little bit of that mentality to SNK. And so maybe they're starting to open up a little bit as well, because it's done wonders for every one of these companies so far, in my opinion. Yeah, Harada's Bar is a great example. Yeah.
And to be honest, it seems like there is also this turning state of old ass fashion Japanese business versus actually new ways in creating the games and how business should be.
Yeah.
And a lot of companies we have seen, we have heard talks from what happens in-house and stuff, and the chaos that ensues because of those hardcore, stubborn, traditional standards they want to keep.
I mean, I just want to say, for Arxis, the backyard stuff, for them to actually change the rollback netcode because of polls that they ran at events, That's huge, right? So there's definitely a shift, but what were you saying, Mike? Sorry.
So I didn't get the chance to talk to Oda at Evo, but because one of the things that I've been really been seeing, and I'm like him having kind of the different perspective on stuff, is he is probably the like highest ranking honcho of any FGC dev house that's actually jumped around to different companies.
Hey, thank you, Grokthar. Thank you, Grokthar93 with 8 gift subs. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Awesome. I can't see it, but thank you.
But yeah, like there's no other like director or producer that I can think of in any of these companies who was at a different company in the past decade.
And by the way, Kitty, you are still on camera, just so you know. Even though you can't see anything, you're still on the camera. So just as a okay.
No, I know. I just I was on Twitter Spaces, and it's just like it shut down for no reason.
Right,
because when I had the whole internet poo dump happen, so I swear to God, this is ridiculous.
But yeah, it's interesting because really, honestly, the FGC is unique in that way. I really feel like the FGC for Japan is really kind of opening their eyes to like, I feel like for all the genres in Japan, the FGC is the most becoming westernized while staying Japanese.
I'd say more international because you're more inclined to hit multiple targets at once.
Yeah.
Like a Dark Souls, you can appeal to the Japanese audience and you can appeal to the Western audience, and sometimes for different reasons, but whatever, cool. But with a fighting game, you have to kind of appeal to fighting game players, all of them.
Yeah. And the fact
you
that
can't think about borders in that way.
Yeah, and the fact that we even get fighting games on the same release day across the planet. Wow.
God.
People don't know.
Going back to that shit?
Dude, I tell the story. I mean, there's that story where at Evo we were running one of the older Guilty Gears. But Japan had come out with the newer Guilty Gear. I don't remember if it was Accent Core to Slash or whatever.
Slash.
Yeah, Reload to Slash. And everybody wanted the new one. And Evo was like, we can't do it because we don't have any Japanese systems and all this stuff. And literally, it got put together by the players because they brought, like, I think 4 Japanese PlayStation 2s and 4 copies of the game, and they ran it on that, you know. Dude,
because I don't think America actually got a release of Slash until like a collection on the Wii.
Is that true? Dude, was I playing the Japanese version this whole time?
Of just Slash before Accent Core?
Yeah.
I don't think we had a Western release of Slash until the Wii.
There's got to have been one before.
Even the PSP version of the Tower or whatever was Reload on American PSP and Slash in Japanese PSP.
Well, Kokojin in the chat confirms that Slash never came out in America. I'm assuming he means on. He probably means on PlayStation, right? But I mean, that just tells you how indoctrinated I was into imports and knife tricks on my PlayStation 2, you know? I was one of the guys sticking knives into my PS2 so I could play DDR, you know? I mean, seriously. And beat Mania. I was one of the people...
That's why I got a Game Genie and had, like, a piece of paper with all the codes for playing DDR, 4th Mix, and all this other shit on there.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's how everyone got into like Pro Action Replay bootloader crap on the PlayStation was Rhythm Game first.
Game Genie responds in the chat. That's hilarious.
I had a Game Shark. That's what I used to play. Actually, now that I think about it, I used the Game Shark.
The Game Shark or Pro Action Replay.
Yeah. I remember when one of the DDRs came out, I was one of the assholes on one of the DDR forums going, did anyone find the code yet? Did anyone find the code yet? And the dude was like, dude, I'm one guy. Give me time, please. Stop being an asshole. And I was like, shit. Okay, sorry. But, I mean, for the people who don't know what I'm talking about here, so When you played the PlayStation, you put in a boot disc that could boot foreign games. But as soon as you ejected the disc, the machine itself knew you ejected the game and would jump back to the main menu. So what you
there's
had,
a pressure sensor on the back of the lid.
right? So what you had to do is you had to take literally a knife and slide it underneath the CD tray, and there was a manual lock that you could move with the knife so that you could pull the tray out without hitting the eject button, so the game didn't know you ejected the disc. So you pulled that out.
That's the PS2 version.
This is the PS2, the PS2 fat version. Yeah, this is not the flip lid one.
Yeah, no, we were thinking of the PS1.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the
PS1.
I'm talking about the PS2 one. Yeah,
no,
and so
I didn't have to do all of that for.
No, PS1 one you could plug the thing on the back, but the PS2.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah,
with
the
game,
PS2
with the Game Shark on a PS1, you just pop open the back and you plugged it to the back,
right?
And then you could play, DDR or like other Japanese games.
On the PS2, in order to play the foreign games, like I said, you literally had to stick a knife in there to slide a switch so you could open the CD tray, swap the disc, and slide it back in, knife it back down, and then you could click go, and so that the foreign launcher thing could actually launch the game and then the PlayStation never thought you ejected it. And so that's how that worked.
Or you could get a replacement case for your fat PS2 that became a top loader.
Yes, that's right. You could mod it and it would become a flip top that you can do that.
Or you get as bad as I did and you say fuck it and just cut the lid open and just make it a drop-in CD tray.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely how I was playing KOF 11, not gonna lie.
Wow.
I got really good at that knife trick. I was just constantly doing that. So
I just did too much damage to my CD tray with it.
Oh.
I was pulling it in and out so much that the motor died. So then I just said, fucking cut open the case.
Gotcha.
Technically, I actually melted open the case is what I actually did. Right.
This is what we used to have to go through to try to play all of our games a long time ago, man.
Okay, literally, anytime you hear an old person ask if the PS4 is region-free or if the Switch is region-free, it's because we're conditioned.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm still not used to that.
The Saturn, remember the Saturn before, for the games that needed the RAM cart, you plugged the cartridge in that was the Play Foreign Games cartridge, and then when you ran that, and it's at one certain window, you had like a 5-second window of the Saturn loading screen to hot swap that card out and plug in the RAM cart to make it so you could play stuff like X-Men versus Street Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The good old days again. Yeah. It's just
don't forget DVDs had region coding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit sucked.
No, someone I knew had like a Mac laptop, and it was the only way we had to play foreign DVDs. Except Apple locked region switching to 5 times per year or something.
That was so stupid.
It's I mean, my favorite region lockings were always the Nintendo ones because they were always the laziest, right?
Oh, the physical?
Yeah, like literally the Super Nintendo one was just shave off 2 pieces of plastic in the thing, and then you could make it work. And the GameCube was literally you just soldered a switch. You just put a switch on it, and that was it. Yep.
Yeah, it was literally one jumper between 2 points, and the switch was, is it open or closed, and that's Japan or America.
Wait a minute, what? I didn't even bother with my GameCube. Like, what were you two doing? What were you?
Donkey Konga 3.
Oh shit.
I never played a foreign game on my GameCube. I just knew about it.
Donkey Konga 3.
Yep. The Donkey Konga franchise, because we only got like one, and it was all like shitty American pop songs that everyone licensed. So the Japanese ones were actually fucking fire.
Gotcha.
And then Four Swords Adventures came out like 6 months or a year earlier in Japan.
Four Swords Adventures would be an awesome game just to play even today, I think, on a stream.
Pretty cool.
Dude, and oh man, I mean, I know I've talked about it a million times. I don't know if I've talked about it a million times on this stream, but I know like I used to always bring it up, but Pac-Man Versus. on the
Pac-Man.
GameCube was the greatest thing, because that was one of the games that you could plug the Game Boy Advance into. And so
Oh yeah.
the
I
Pac-Man would
have
use
that
the
phone.
Game Boy Advance, and they would see the entire maze, and the ghosts would only see the little circle that they were around, and you're trying to chase Pac-Man. I was so good at that game against my friends, dude. Like, I bodied them in Pac-Man Versus. And it was basically live action Scotland Yard, which was great, dude. I loved it. It was so
That's
good.
funny.
That game was so much fun. Except the funniest thing was that Mario was like the narrator of the game, and he was always rooting for the ghosts. Like, like when there was no more dots left, he'd be like, "Oh, there's only 10 dots left," He
You
actually
just
said,
reminded me of something actually. Going back to CVS3 and CVS2 and all that good stuff, with having, your Neo Pocket or your Neo Pocket Color being able to attach into your Dreamcast
"Oh yeah."
and unlock certain characters. Like, I wouldn't mind if they brought some of that shit back, but I also thinking if there was any type of like side pocket games like they were with the Millennium Match for whatchamacallit, for Neo Pocket Color, and how it was part of those like CVS days, and they brought back mini games, I think that would be sick to do. Or just having that type of compatibility
Yeah.
with a game, like a new game like CVS3. If there was like some secretive way how to unlock like special bosses, like we used to do back in the day.
I mean, if it was to the point where you could unlock them in other ways, yeah, because I know for like tournaments, that was a pain in the ass having to unlock things in weird ways like that. So,
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I'm
mean,
sure.
the problem is the modern version of that is you buy the fucking deluxe edition and it comes with a code that you use for your cell phone games.
right? Yeah. Yeah.
Then when you
Shout out
brought
to
up
Granblue.
Donkey Konga, it just makes me think of that. What is it? The SNK Kimi wa Hero rhythm game.
Oh,
They
you mean
really
Rhythm of
are-
Fighters?
Rhythm of Fighters. Thank you. They really need to do something like, if they're already making, the Neo Geo controllers and stuff like that, I really wish that they would kind of go back to making a fun little rhythm game.
Dude, just re-release Rhythm of Fighters. It was so good on its own.
Or release Rhythm of Fighters with a special controller that we could pop into a PS4 or PS5 and play.
Dude,
like, I don't know,
Renato,
something.
I still remember at NCR, they got a bunch of new Street Fighter 4 copies for vanilla Street Fighter 4, and on like 8 machines I had to unlock every single DLC. And how did you unlock it? By beating the game with Sakura, by beating the game with Rose, by beating the game with... So you set the computer to easy on round 1 with 1 round to the highest damage, and I literally was mastering being able to beat one computer, and while it loaded went to the next machine, beat the computer, and then by the time that done, this one came back, and I was just back and forth 2 machines at once, do the next 2, do the next 2, do the next 2.
You should have filmed that.
Dude.
Yeah, you really should have.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, no one thought that was like a, something to put in the history books, but it definitely existed. So,
Like, the only thing I've done like that was actually for work in QA, so I couldn't film it. But having to do like speed runs of rhythm games while being 2 players at the same time was a trip.
oh, Jesus Christ. 2-player rhythm games by yourself? Oh, God.
Skills.
Yeah.
I mean, what sucks is that, a long time ago, it used to be just input a code on from classified information from Nintendo Power. But, now they just want to charge money for all that. So,
Yeah, down our
Well, of
FLYD.
course.
oh, man. Solo 2-player Ikaruga. God.
But I would not mind, like, we're talking about fighting game companies and wanting them to make, another fighting game collaboration together, and the timing, and how many years you should wait until, you know, if Street Fighter 6 comes out, and then, you know, you want to do a CVS 3, how much time in between those? Like, if you really wanted to test it out, then go back to making a random game like SNK Heroines 2, see what happens. Or again, that or the Rhythm of Fighters, and
or the
see what
fact that
happens.
Harada did everyone's work for them, because I literally only bought Tekken because Geese Howard is in it.
That too.
True.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That's why I started playing Tekken 7, is because they put Geese in it, and then the next year at EVO, I was competing with Geese. Like, it works, okay? It works, you guys.
It has Geese Howard and it has Akuma. Like, that's our CVS3, and also the Tekken Cross Street Fighter we never got.
Right. I mean, a lot of people were saying, like, Fakumuran was probably a repurposed Sagat that they were making, right? So, you know, big, tall Muay Thai fighter, so.
Monster, you mean. Giant monster. But, yeah, like, I don't know. It's just, I have no idea, but like we were saying earlier, 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if 3 to 4 years down the road, we hear about CVS3 being greenlit and the new Garo coming out sometime soon.
Yeah. Well,
I still can't believe
CVS3
we don't have the Mark the Wolf soundtrack in KOF 15.
I think CVS3 is a long shot, to be honest with you, right now. I really, really do, because I don't think it benefits either company at this moment, because they're both fresh into their new games. So, I mean, if it does get greenlit, I mean, it's a hard one to sell, I think. I think it's a hard one.
You know what? Capcom versus SNK 2030. Let's go.
2030?
Sweet Jesus, no. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, I mean 2025, 2026, I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Again, 3 to 4 years down the road, because like, look at how much saturation Street Fighter 5 got.
Yeah.
And even though everyone's bitching and complaining about the game, it was still pushed everywhere. It was still marketed everywhere. It was still everywhere that you were looking.
Yeah,
so,
but I mean, this you could also just take the other round, is that you do let ARC make it, because they're also going to be kind of a neutral party.
Yeah.
Right.
And if everybody, if that's a neutral party and everybody else is like equal in this and they all want it to succeed, then I would expect just as much push from marketing on both sides, and especially Capcom's side, to make the game as seen and visible, all the parties, all the events, all the promotions, all the exhibition matches, all the cross collabs with Red Bull and Arby's and other sponsors left and right, all over the world. I expect that for CVS 3.
And now I'm just thinking about how I'm still sad we never got that Sammy versus Capcom with the fucking Guilty Gear versus Darkstalkers.
Oh man, I would have. It was supposed to be like Guilty Gear, Darkstalkers, Blaze Blue, and Rival Schools. I think it was supposed to be.
Like all mushed together.
It predated Blaze Blue.
What's that?
That predates Blaze Blue.
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah. Dang, I just realized you guys can't see the screen right now, right? Because I turned it off.
Like I honestly, like, just try it now. I think it's a little better now. Just try it now.
Because I want.
I'm gonna need to do community spotlight anyway.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I mean, we should probably talk about the community mayhem, right? Because we've actually kind of gone on this for. Or can you guys see it now?
Speaking of community stuff. Speaking of community stuff.
Before we get into there, I just want to say that I want to do my best cosplay possible at this point in time. So I just want to be like, huzzah!
I am judging you. I am judging you very much.
Oh man.
It was very good. Very good. I suggest a lower cut shirt.
Oh yeah, of course.
Easier in the future.
I mean, I've got the cleavage for it for sure. So I think we're good.
But I gotta teach you the little flip, grab, and fwish.
Oh yeah. I mean, I can do that, but that's the best I can do.
It's just a flick of the wrist, just a slight little up, and you catch it back at the end, and then the whoosh.
Right, it's just a jump to the left. Yeah.
I forget. Does she flip it so it spins? Does she flip it so it spins like this, basically, when she catches it? Right. Yep. So yeah, that's something I'd have to practice, because if I tried this now, I'm just gonna drop the fan. So you have to figure out how.
There were like 30 high fans in the garage. So if you want, you just open up that first container and you can use the practice ones in there, because they're all up in there with like 4 my costumes.
Nice.
But
nice. I definitely need to get more, because this is the Quamba one that was at Evo like years and years and years ago. They gave these things out. That's actually really cool. They gave these out like this was during Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 beta year or something like that. It was a long time ago. Sick. They put that. Yeah, and so I've had this for the longest of time, and it's just that the upstairs here gets so warm, and so this fan has been super helpful for me. So I need to get another. What happened, Kitty? Are you okay?
He's puppy dreaming.
Oh yeah, okay, sleeping dog with the paw twitches.
He's like whimpering, and his body is like jumping around.
Dude, Nathan does a lot of kitty dreaming too. Like you'll always see Nathan. Like Nathan will do the thing where he'll sleep on my hand, like with his head on my hand like this while I'm holding his paw, and then he'll just start twitching like in the middle of that, and I'm always like, oh, poor kitty dreaming. And so like I'll pet him, and then all of a sudden he'll do something like this. He'll go. He's like, where am I? Oh. Shit. Okay. Oh, all right. But my question is, what is he dreaming about? He doesn't know what outdoors is like at all.
That's what concerns me about this one. He was like living alone, a matted hot mess for God knows. And so when he does those little whimpers and those jump twitches in his dream, it just like hurts.
Yes, but every time he wakes up, he looks so happy.
God. I haven't seen the whole movie, but I know one of the best jokes. You've seen Top Secret before, right? The old Val Kilmer movie that was done by the Airplane guys. There's like one scene.
I know what it is, but I haven't seen it.
There's a scene where he gets captured by the enemies, and they like start whipping him and torturing him, and he passes out. And then all of a sudden it transfers to a dream where he's like in school and he hadn't studied for any of the tests or anything like that. And then he's like, no, and he wakes up and he's still being whipped. And he's like, oh, thank God. It's just like one of the greatest things, dude.
Like, oh, thank Christ, I'm not naked.
Yeah. He's like, oh, thank God.
Psychological damage is real.
Yeah.
Speaking of psychological damage, we competed in the Community Mayhem this weekend.
Hey, you competed. I just died, okay?
We had hesitantly.
You know what? I would have been proud.
Buried our asses.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Corey Bell for saving the SNKronize team and putting on such a good show. You know?
I think I hit maybe 3 people one time each or something like that. So it was not pretty.
Well, if I wasn't ill, I would have done probably worse than you. So I'm sorry. If we do another,
I feel like I robbed John Sex because like that was more of a netcode fight than it was against my Mary.
Oh yeah. Well, you were having the internet problems, and he was in Britain.
Yeah. I want to give him a run back just to at least get like an honest set with him.
Right.
Yeah, you guys really do need a good old fashioned honest set, because seeing them fight, it was like this.
Yeah, even from my viewer perspective, it was basically doing that all day.
It felt like playing Street Fighter 4 online.
Yeah.
It was rough.
I mean, like I said, I mean, I didn't basically do anything. I had lost all my muscle memory. And then during the course of that tournament, I discovered a stupid, annoying bug for Isla. And
a pseudo bug.
yeah, that's making me mad. So, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, but the thing is, though, is that it's totally fine because that's how I've been finding shit over this weekend is playing humans and getting into situations I'm not used to. And then I'm like, wait, what?
The thing that made me mad was like that whole combo setup that went into super for no goddamn reason was like where a lot of my juice comes from, you know, and I landed it and it was like time to do some schmicks and then it super for no reason.
Blew 2 bars and sad face.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's so annoying, dude. Ugh. So mad about that.
I think you did better than you're letting on that you did.
I mean, I couldn't even wake up DP. I couldn't even wake up DP.
But you were the more you played though, you know, the better you were getting at defending yourself and such. So again, it's like
personally, I'm just hoping that you did what it did for you. What it did for me was light a bit of fire under your ass.
I mean, the thing about it is, like, that fire's been lit, but it's been lit for like 9 games, and I'm so lost and confused on how to handle that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I've already missed the boat on DNF Duel because there's nobody playing that online anymore, right? So, like,
well, I'm still playing KOF.
Street Fighter 5 is like one of the what's that?
Yeah. And I live here.
Street Fighter 5 is probably still my best online option right now because it actually has people playing. So
honestly, I think you two should stream under SNKronize and just go at it, trying to be better, get better.
I'm down.
Well,
I'm down.
At 15, and then you guys can show the bugs on stream to other people because there's other people who are probably having the same problem and not being able to figure out why. So I definitely think both of you should probably try to stream together and work all that out and get some practice. Hi, Nathan.
Also, Bruce Lee, no, Geese is actually really good. He's like the tier under Janae and Benny and them. Like, he's really quite fine. He just has some jank that you have to deal with, but nah, he's really good and stable. And if they buff him, that's a problem.
Yeah, my biggest issue is that I really want to use Isla, and she's clearly the worst out of my entire team. But I just really want to play Isla, so.
Well, I have that a lot with you, James. It's like there are certain characters I absolutely love, and I can't fucking play them for shit at all. Well, and I have to stick with like other characters I don't really like care about in that, but I can use them better. And it's
my pale really ass isn't allowed to use Mexicans, so hey.
All of my characters got killed by the beta tests, man. I'm so mad, dude. Inquisitor, Potemkin, and Isla all got killed by beta tests. Ugh.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta just try someone or other characters. Like, you may not love them as much, but you can probably like hang in there better fighting with them. It's been my curse forever, but I just suck it up. I gotta go back to when I like didn't care and just played everybody just for fun. Like when you see it in that light, like when you were younger and you were just excited to get the game and try everyone out.
Dude. I'll tell you, I was the best at fighting games during CVS1 and CVS2 because all I did was play my friends who weren't as strong as me. And so a lot of people are like, oh, you get better by playing people better than you. I got better because when I played CVS1 and CVS2 with my friends, I random selected all the time. And so I learned the entire cast and I learned the entire game. And so I was really good at everybody. And so when I fought them, I knew what they were capable of, et cetera, et cetera. Like I was
that's exactly what I'm saying because like I know Corey does that sometimes. He'll just random select so he can understand a bunch of characters.
Random select was
better.
Literally his main in Street Fighter 4.
And it's helpful, but it's hard now because games have fucking 44 ass characters in the game right now, and there's just too much. And then
well, that's our fault because we keep asking for 44
Yeah.
plus characters in the fucking roster. That's like having.
I've only asked for like 10
characters.
characters in this whole game, so I don't know about you.
I mean, the nice thing about, I mean, and also to be fair, I will say that games a long time ago were a little bit easier to learn that way. I mean, some games are still kind of like that, but you get a game like Street Fighter V where literally you're not using the character if you don't know if you're +2 or -2 after this knockdown dash quick rise. Like, there's just so much goddamn memorization that you need for a game like Street Fighter V.
Doesn't even have a universal mechanic like force focus attack.
Right.
Look, I was already bad at math. You're gonna put that shit in my fighting games? No, I'm not. No, sorry. That's why I couldn't play Street Fighter V. All right.
I majored in math. I was good at math, and I hate that they're putting math in my goddamn fighting games. Okay, let's just put it that way.
Yeah, cut that shit out. It's not always about math. It's like, what's next in Street Fighter? I'm surprised Street Fighter V. Oh wait, they did give you grades. They did. When you think about it.
Oh yeah.
The grading system in 3.
Yeah. I mean, I hope 6 isn't as much like that, and with stuff like the drive cancel and everything, I think it's gonna change it up a lot. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. So history
Get that
and
math
fighting
out of my
games.
game.
I mean, Slick Tricks, I'm the one to talk to you about history and fighting games. Yeah,
no, he's saying it's a different high school subject. We've got enough math. Now let's add history to fighting games.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
if you play Pixies or Zoners, then you have geometry.
Dude, I did a whole stream yesterday talking about how to fight Zoners and grapplers, dude. And trying to put some respect on their names.
I feel somewhere in this country there was like one teacher who enjoyed playing fighting games and was probably trying to utilize Street Fighter V to teach math to their class. I'm hoping there's at least one teacher out there that at least tried.
I don't know if Investigation Cone is in the chat right now, but one of his best friends in college, graduated and started doing like teaching at one point in time, and this was around like Final Fantasy VII, and like some kids were in the class like looking up a guide or trying to figure out where something is, and she was like, if you guys pay attention to the class, I'll tell you where that item is hidden. And they were like, okay, and then she like told them because she loved the game, so it's kind of sick.
Yeah, if I were a teacher, I would strive to be like that one.
Yeah,
like there you go.
I mean, there was the story of the one teacher when Game of Thrones was really popular. He read all the books, and the kids were watching the shows, and he was like, if you guys don't pay attention, I'm gonna write down everybody who dies on the whiteboard.
That's amazing. And shame on the parents that are letting those children fucking watch.
Fair enough, yeah.
That's another subject.
Now I'm just thinking about our local high school that had an anime club that would gather on like weekends and after school and everything. And so we ended up having to watch a fan-subbed playthrough of FF10 before 10 came out over here.
Why?
And by the way, if you get a fan-sub translation of Final Fantasy X, you will be amazed to see the giant blue furry fella is named Christopher.
What?
Because they didn't know how to localize Kimari.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
His name was Christopher.
Christopher. Jesus Christ.
90s fan subs and like early 2000s was a wild place.
Dude, there was one point in time where people actually tried to take the entire Romance of the Three Kingdoms story and fan sub it and change everybody's names to Western names so that it was easier for people to remember, and it was awful. It was awful.
That just sounds atrocious, but somebody gave me all of like the Final Fantasy X cutscenes on a burnt like bootleg DVD, and I literally think that's like probably from the same one you're talking about. Oh my god!
So the absolute greatest. The absolute greatest terrible fan sub I think I've ever seen was for Ah My Goddess, because nobody knew how to properly write Bell Dandy. And I'm going to let you all come up with your own conclusions on how badly that can go.
Like Honeybell or Honeybell
Way worse.
in Bleach.
Way worse.
I will never get over that. I'll never get over that.
Jesus, okay.
I will never get over that. They better fix that shit so good in the next one. Anyway.
So yeah, so thanks to Corey, we did okay at the event.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, like, it was really hype. Like, the finals, we got the reset, was a really close match. We had some good matches, and everybody seemed to really enjoy it and have a really, really, really good time. Maybe next time I'll ask to be a commentator instead of a player.
Should. and next time I won't be sick and won't be gross. By the way, I did get better finally. Like, this morning, everything is A-okay.
Good.
I am okay again. Long story short, I had a really bad bacteria infection and in my stomach.
Okay.
And it's all better now.
That's good. That's good. So it's nothing as serious as it was from a long time ago then, huh?
No, but that relapse shit, man, it really it just hits the same way, and it's bad. And then, like, my stress and anxiety don't help it either, because I'm like, am I gonna get fucking sick again and be bedridden for 7 months again and not be able to eat? And like, it just gets scary, man. And so I did some research. I tried to, like, think back. I figured it out on my own. So I was just like, okay, this is basically like some kind of crazy bacterial infection. Oh, you baby!
Look at the little tooth. Look at the
I
tooth.
love when they get those little teeth. Hi, Nathan. Hi, Nathan. Oh, I woke up Rock saying hi, Nathan.
Oh no.
Oh, new baby.
I can't wait till Rock gets to meet the cats, dude. I am so curious what's gonna happen, I swear. I mean, Jasmine's not scared of dogs at all. Jasmine has no fear of dogs.
Oh, little pupper.
Hi, baby.
Right, we are now just the animal stream.
It is. Welcome to the Synchronized Animal Stream, where our animals take part. Hi, baby. Oh, the big yawns. Oh, my little guy. Do you want to do community spotlight with me? Yeah.
Good enough. Good enough.
That looked hilarious. All right. So,
I'm going to say Pokemon. Is that a Pokemon?
Yeah.
Okay. What generation is that?
Gen 2.
Okay. So it's a pretty old one.
This is my favorite starter in the entire franchise.
Oh, that's a starter, huh?
It's the first evolution of a starter, yeah.
Gotcha. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, this is Totodile's evolution.
Okay.
So yeah. Totodile evolves into Cockknocker, evolves into Feraligatr.
Anyways, okay. All I'll say to that is nah, dude. Nah. All right.
That's actually his real name, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But I just love calling him Cockknocker. It amuses me terribly.
Let's do community spotlight thing. Yes, right.
Okay, so it is time for community spotlight.
SNK community spotlight. We're talking about you. There. Okay.
Oh, that was terrible.
Well, we're also stuck away from each other.
Triple lag.
Yeah, there's not much we can do about that, unfortunately. So
we still got to make our crappy '80s commercial.
We do.
Well, we kind of made a bad infomercial already, right? So
no, we need our official community spotlight intro with our cheesy ass song. We have to. So.
All right.
Welcome to the Synchronized Community Spotlight. And this one has been a long time coming. And I know we missed out on a few shows. I was going to have them on sooner than later, but I am showcasing them now. Let's go to one Shermy a day, who I have to say There's no bias in this one, folks. Oh no.
Not at all. Not at all.
Not at all. But one of my biggest highlights was actually meeting them at Evo this year.
Oh,
and we
cool.
did all of our poses together.
Nice.
Over at the SNK photo booth that they had. So, James, do me a favor, just click media on theirs, and we can scroll through.
I mean, is it literally just this one person drawing one Shermy a day?
Yes.
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 Wow. Like, when I first saw you retweeting this, I thought maybe it was like someone finding Shermy art and at least retweeting one Shermy a day. But this person's literally drawing one Shermy a day.
Yes. And if you keep scrolling, you'll see there are some really great fashion outfits and funny, cute little sketches and doodles, including right before Evo, I believe it was August 2nd, was the official 1-year anniversary of him drawing a Shermy a day.
Oh, nice.
I love the big gulp.
Chibi.
This one blew
that's
up
the meme,
like
right?
Mm-hmm.
I love it so much. This is such a good one. And then, again, like I said, cute fashion choices. You have in the poison outfit, which I totally love. And you've got this little gremlin, who you all know.
Neko Shermy. Neko Shermy.
Thick.
I mean, if you're a fan of Shermy, dude, I can't believe that there's literally one Shermy a day. Hey, look who this is.
So that was one of my gifts. And if you scroll up, now that I'm holding Rock, if you scroll back up, if you ran into them during Evo, you got official prints. And so I was very happy to get mine, which I'm going to put in some frames from when we met during Evo. And I'm really, really happy that I got to have that. And it was cute because, you know, we talk about artists supporting artists, and we like to support artists at Evo. And he definitely had a grand old time buying all the Shermy artwork and keychains at Evo. So if you keep scrolling,
yeah,
he's posting that one. Yeah,
posting all the Shermy stuff from all the different artists. That's so cool.
Reminds me, I need to get back in touch with some of the artists.
Exactly. So
I recognize that one right there.
Yep. There's Shermy and a brisket.
Oh my god.
And there he is after Evo Hangover, which, dude, pretty much.
This makes me think of like some sort of Animaniacs or something, you know, the vibe on there. It's just
or like, you know, old school like Hanna-Barbera cartoons or something like that. Oh, I love all the little styles and takes that he has. So it's really cute. He also does some like cute GIF animations. If you keep scrolling down, you'll see one of my favorites coming up soon.
There it is. Right
there was us meeting. Yeah, so there was us meeting. So, and doing our poses together. So I was really happy about that. And then, keep scrolling. There's a really cute one of, you know, Shermy loves her hamsters. So we did like, there was the 1 year anniversary. Right before Evo. Then you've got like the Happy Doodles.
Oh,
that one right there. Yeah. That Shermy hamster just cracked me up.
Oh man. Dang, it's crazy because I mean, did he originally start just with black and white sketches and then eventually just actually move to coloring them all too?
I mean,
I don't think so.
No, it's he's always just done Shermy art since, you know, like she was last year, since she was being announced and stuff, and he took on this whole project, and it's just really, really great.
It's crazy, dude. That's a lot of work, man, to do one of
It
these
is
a
a
day.
lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of dedication, especially to come up with so many different outfits and, situations to put her in. So.
So
But
literally, this account is
one
one
Shermy
Shermy a day.
And if you're a big old Shermy fan, you can get your fix. And this is how I get mine.
So there you go.
Come join me.
One Shermy a day. Literally, that's just all it's called. Oh man, like I feel like this would take up all of your time. Like, do you have time to draw anything else, or are you just drawing one Shermy a day and that's it? But again, I mean, this is years and years and years of art practice and stuff like this, getting to the point where you can sketch one of these out and get it out pretty fast. So, especially with the coloring too. I mean, again, this is not just like, I mean, obviously it's not super detailed in terms of shading and stuff, but, you know, there's still some detail in the coloring, so it's nice. There you go.
And they did take a bit of a break after Evo, but let's face it, we all did.
Yeah. I took one
mad about
unintentionally, but yeah.
Oh, I mean, in all fairness, it's one of those things that if the world hadn't told you to, would you have slowed down?
Exactly.
Yeah, and you know what? It was probably nice that I slept so much during that time. Oh, bless you, Nathan. He's been sneezing a lot, dude. I don't know what's going on. He might have like a little kitty cold. You all right there, Nathan? You all right there, Nathan? I'm wiping
Rocky boy.
Wiping
he
his
wants
nose.
to play.
Little Rocky boy.
Favorite chew toy. Mama hands. Mama hands is the best hands.
So you guys don't mind him chewing like human fingers and stuff like that?
There is a time and a place for him to play hands.
Okay.
And he's very gentle right now.
Yeah, of course.
It's only like with me mostly and Mike. Anybody else, he's not like, yeah, let me chomp your hand. Right. No, it's just there's a huge comfort level with us, and he knows like, oh, I'm awake now. I'm waking up. I've been good, so now I get to play hands with mom.
I just know that, you know, some owners are like really, really picky about that kind of thing. So, got you. You didn't escape. Oh.
Little fish.
I know. And his little snorts.
Did you hear Jasmine just meowing at me here? Hi, Jasmine.
Oh, little princess.
Okay, all right. I'll let go of you. Jesus. Anyways, that's one Shermy a day.
Yes, go follow one Shermy a day. I am definitely a fan. Trust me, no bias. All right, let's put you back in your little pen. I'm almost
done. only 2,500 followers. So let's get some more people following that. Yeah. But other than that, anything else that you guys want to discuss or anything, talk about anything? I know there was the potential for the story, but do you want to save that for next time again?
Yeah, I mean, maybe next week we'll all be in person.
Yeah,
yes, I was just going to say that. Let's save it for next week when we're all in person.
Then we'll finally do that. And who knows, you know, maybe with TGS coming up, we'll get some other good news.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get maybe some gameplay footage of Team Samurai, right? That'd be sick.
And like last year, since we're not going to be at TGS this year, we should do a special show again when they do their stream.
God, was that a year ago that we did that already?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. That felt like it was just recently.
I know.
So, yeah, TGS is September 15th.
Okay. I should be around at that time. So I'm basically gone most of October. It's crazy. So we'll see how that goes.
But no, trust me, it's not, I can't even call it FOMO. Like, I was expecting to go to Tokyo Game Show this year, and shit fell through. And Mike and I were expecting to go together, and shit fell through. Right. And now we have little Rock Howard here. So it's just like, there's all these factors And, you know, I'm still butthurt. One of us, even if one of us were able to go, I would be like, if I could go or he could go, I would be like, just go. Okay, at least one of us made it, you know, for the other. Bring back all the strongs, bring back all the goodies. But I'm so butthurt, and I'm just getting saltier every day because I know we're not going to be there, and I'm not going to be there. And like, hardly anybody's really talking about it, but damn, I'm already, like I said, I guess it's like a FOMO equivalent. Just like, damn it, supposed to be there. This sucks. And seeing all these events.
Not necessarily related to SNK, but Konami saying that they have big announcements of like a world beloved IP at Tokyo Game Show. My god, I cannot wait to be disappointed.
Yeah, I know. That's all I'm thinking right now. You know what they're going to announce?
God.
They're going to be like, guess what? There's a new Netflix series for Castlevania coming out. And it's like, we all know that already.
I would not be surprised.
They seem to be saying it's actually a game, but Lord knows it's not going to be a game I care about. So, like, I think the best anyone can hope for is a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Digital game.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God.
Like, I think that would be cool, but other than that, like, a lot of people are thinking it's going to be licensed anime. Which, like, whatever. Oh, maybe we'll get a new Zone of Enders. That would be cool.
Oh, my God. That would be so random. But that would also... Would that be worth it without Kojima again, right? So...
Better than trying to make a Metal Gear without him.
I mean, MGS3 remake, like a HD MGS3, if they didn't try to change too much, would actually be kind of cool, but still. Because MGS3 is still one of the most beloved Metal Gears at this point.
It's fine. So. You do not use those words around me. You are not allowed to give me that level of hope.
Which one?
Saying, yeah, we can make a new Zone of Enders to compete with an upcoming Armored Core.
Oh.
Whatever it is, I'm sure everyone's going to be disappointed in it. So
I mean, look, Soul Bruce Lee. I mean, MGS doesn't need a new game. The story is done. That's not true. We want to know more about the guy who got stranded on the island and teleported and fought zombies. That was totally related to Metal Gear, right? I mean, that character's super loved, right? Metal Gear Survive, wasn't that what that game was called? Oh my god.
No, I mean, she's figuring out how to survive in the gaming industry.
Seriously, dude.
Just make more dancing games.
I mean, honestly, look.
Just sell the fucking licenses.
If Konami somehow came out with a PC version of like Step Mania themselves, you know, Step Revolution or whatever, which was like a giant collab of all the, you know, a collection of every DDR game, the licenses that they could get back again. Like, I'm so in there. I would play DDR again. Like, I would play DDR again. Get me a good pad. I will mod my Cobalt Fluxes so I can plug them into my PC, and let's go.
Give me a goddamn Potta Paradise game again.
To sell the Castlevania license to Iga.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Get rid of it.
Dude, sell it to Iga, and then Iga can do a Castlevania Bloodstained crossover. Just merge them into one franchise. Just do it. So.
Don't even call it third
alternate
mix.
Reality.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even call it fourth mix. Just be like Potta Paradise new mix or some shit. Just give me my Eurobeat.
Yeah, the hardest thing about Potta
my anime dancing.
The hardest thing about Potta Paradise is that it didn't really work as well at home as it did in the arcade, you know?
Yeah, it did. Yes,
you mean the PS1 version that didn't work?
Hey, it worked. You just needed to make the proper circle, right? You use your hands, okay?
It wasn't cutting a beam anymore, right? It was literally the...
No, it was from the bottom, so you had to just make the circle. Like you were saying, PC version, they could totally make one right now because everybody has cameras built into their PCs. They could totally do like a Pada PC if
like
they
a
wanted to.
Kinect
They
You know what?
could collab
I
with
was gonna say,
Nintendo
if
right now
Just
to do
Dance
it.
on Connect and whatever actually could get decent music.
Yes, God, yes. This is again why I want, you know, Pada Paradise back. I need my anime songs, my J-pop, my J-rock, my Eurobeat. Like, bring that shit back. Okay, you've got so many more bands and idols now than you do back then. Like, you could throw in baby metal in there and Mike would play the damn game. I know that
Dude,
for
come
a
on.
freaking fact.
See, that's
Like,
the thing
come
is,
on now.
I want more songs from Erotic.
Oh my God.
Meanwhile, you know, we have the Kinect that now is more usable as a paranormal investigation device than a gaming device.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
that's why I'm glad I gave mine away. I don't
Mine
need
is
to
in a
see
box.
shit next to me.
I've never actually.
Pretty sure mine is actually in here too.
Yeah,
Get it out.
They used it in Paranormal
It's
Activity.
like a new age Ouija board, okay?
Like,
Don't
they
want to be
literally
near
used it in a scene for Paranormal Activity 3. It was like
Yeah, I
part of one
know.
of the
I know.
movies.
Because
Yeah.
they actually get used for that now.
Right. Now they use it for that. Yeah. I think it's because of that
Okay.
movie.
No, it's the other way around.
No,
Was it?
no.
Paranormal Investigators has been using that shit for years.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
If you don't believe me, hardcore Ghost Bro Adventures fan over here, okay? Like, they've been using that shit forever. Okay. Yeah, I'll say my guilty pleasure. I don't
You know
care.
what the problem with the Kinect was, honestly, is that Harmonix made Dance Central, and that was it. Like, you made the best game possible for the Kinect, and that was the end of it. There's like no.
I mean, shout outs to the Wii for still going because of Just Dance.
Dude, right? It's so crazy.
That shit's nuts when you think about it. If they could do that for Just Dance, they could have done that for Pada. Damn it. Because
man.
what did Pada make? Pada Dancing literally made the pioneer steps for Hatsune Miku and all the fucking Vocaloids. Where do you think all those dances came from? Those were all Pada dances. Like, and now it's just gone from Miku and, you know, all of the Vocaloid idols to regular idols, and everybody doing their little dances and their little hand signatures and all of this other stuff, because it all generated from Pada. And like, Pada got no love from that. They just took it, went on to the next thing. What's that one game where all of like the K-pop like hardcore fans and shit that are all dudes are dancing sexy like the girls do? That new one. It's kind of like Pada, but you're not in the big circle anymore. It's just like a screen that watches you dance. They had it at Fanime. They had it at A. Like, what is that one called?
They always put it next to Dance Stardom.
Yeah.
They do. They do. And I don't. Yeah, if those all stemmed from Pada, so I need more love. But
no, I want that one. Yeah.
Why? What am I doing?
Pada walked so Miku could run.
Yes.
Oh man.
All right.
And everybody else can do triathlons now, because that's what it feels like when you try to play those games.
Dude, I was in such good shape when I used to play DDR all the time, man. I had stamina, dude. I wouldn't get so tired walking up fucking stairs.
I was doing all that DDR when I was still a smoker. Probably like the main reason I'm still alive. Offsetting.
He was. Be outside talking to him after he did DDR and I did Pada, and he's smoking cigs, and then we go back in and do it more. And then he goes and plays AOF like in Marvel.
Then I just need to tell the story of at Southern Hills Golfland, Visant would always end up playing DDR with Duck Doe, and Duck would just make him play Kick the Can 3 times in a row.
Kick the can!
And he would make him play it 3 times in a row. And Visant would just be like, no! Oh,
Dude,
man.
I still remember when, what was it? It was 7th mix or something when Max Unlimited came out and was a secret song.
Oh yeah.
Everyone was playing that song Freckles, the like end credits from Rurouni Kenshin.
Yeah.
And would have to play that because it was the easiest song to perfect to unlock the secret
Right,
song.
yeah.
So you'd always hear that song
Yeah.
every time you'd walk in the arcade.
Every time.
Oh,
Every time.
man. I miss old
Fourth
school
mix was the
DDR,
best.
man.
I
Fourth
love
mix,
Kick the Can.
fourth mix was really good.
Fourth
and-
mix was my favorite.
And
That's
honestly,
why I bought the home version.
my
Yeah.
roommate at that time was a big, like he's literally a K-pop hipster. He was into K-pop at that time before K-pop was a big thing. And so he was really
Yeah.
into like,
Third mix Korean.
what's that?
So you
Third mix
mean he
Korean
was?
machine.
Yeah,
was
that's what I was about to
fire.
talk about. And so I only
Oh,
knew
you
about
mean
like,
you mean Pump It Up? You mean
like
Pump It
no,
Up?
no, third mix
DDR
Korean.
third mix Korean.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
only in
okay,
Korea, and that's what they had like songs. So his favorite band was Finkel, right? And so like that, like they had one song on that machine. So I was like, oh, I know this. So yeah, I had all the Korean songs too. So
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
funny.
no, back at Animagic, the machine we had was a third mix Korean, and then
Nice.
someone like in town owned it, so that was what I actually picked it up on.
Yeah, I was
the Disney
pissed. I
mix.
was like, "What is this shit? I'm not gonna play this. I want real DDR," and walked away.
yeah, I have
Because I'm a
Disney
terrible
mix.
Fucking
person.
snob. An
I
ignorant
was.
snob. How are
I
you gonna
was.
be an ignorant snob?
I was just like, I don't like this. I want my DDR songs. Get a
We're
Potta
still in
Potta
the
machine
machine.
next year.
Come on, give us our Olivia Newton-John again, right?
Give me my Xanadu, damn it.
Exactly.
The only one I like. Not that Xanadu, the other one.
What do you call it? The Madonna covers and
He's
stuff. So he's doing the Xanadu.
Stop it!
the
Stop
Xanadu
it!
stare.
I'm not even gonna see this. I don't even want to see. Stop it! You stop that! Stop it! I still see your forehead kind of close. Stop it!
Oh man.
I am so insulted. You just used synchronized time to Xanadu stare me. Shame on you! Shit! God damn it! Cut it out.
God, I love
What the hell is
Xanadu.
wrong with you? See, we need to be in person, so I don't get. God.
Hello, Rock.
I
Hello,
think
Rocky boy.
You Xana did it. I like that. Okay.
Oh no,
Just
we're not
Xana
making
do
words
it.
now.
Is that what
We're
we're
not.
gonna
It
do?
does what Xana don't.
No, we need
Stop.
to we need to make
Everyone
we need to
stop.
make one of those
Stop,
Nike
everybody.
style posters with Xanadu. Just Xanadu it, right? So I think that's what we need.
We totally could, because his like janky DP, he was like, "Ugh."
Yeah, exactly. Use that as the Air Jordan silhouette instead. Just Xanadu it. There you go.
This is happening.
All right. I wait for your Photoshop, Mike. I wait for it. So.
Got you. I got you. That'll be the thumbnail for the show tomorrow morning
Oh my god.
when I make the tweet.
Oh my god.
Slick Tricks is already on it.
All
Lead
right,
the
the-
charge.
Okay, that's we need to do
Damn
that
it! I
for
forgot Slick was in the chat. Damn it!
synchronized T-shirt right there. Just Xanadu it. There you go. So, and he's got.
You know, I asked. I
What's
can't
up,
be
Dev?
mad.
How you doing?
and you know what the worst
I
thing
can't
about
be-
it is?
I can't be mad.
Just
I can't.
Xanadu
I asked
it,
you guys to make shirts.
and we're
At
gonna
least
make
you're
a.
making shirts.
We're gonna make Just Xanadu it, and it's still not gonna be Lucky Glober on that shirt. Oh, poor guy.
Okay, I just thought of an awesome shirt idea. It's either Kyo or Shingo annoying Iori because he's bringing up Transformers. And that actually needs to be... We need to commission one of our artist friends to do it. So we can
Iori
sell
sitting
it
there
as a shirt.
playing with a sound wave.
Something. And
But
just-
why
it
those
just
characters
being
in
like-
particular?
Because Iori gets annoyed at anybody who tries to talk to him. So you might as well make it Shingo or Kyo.
You have to make it Kenso, right? That's
Or
the
Kenso,
appropriate.
sure.
Yeah, that's-
Whoever
yeah.
you want.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever you want. But we need a synchronized shirt like that.
Like
and just
Kenzo and
do it.
Iori, and like Iori's holding a sound wave. That's the way it looks.
It's just, you know, one of the hidden Easter eggs of synchronized. Oh my my god, you are you are like your father. Oh my god.
Orochi shirts are not yet live now.
No, they're not live yet. This little dog has some stinky little dog farts. That is all I have to say.
I think that's a good enough note to call it on.
Yeah, I mean that.
I need to take this dog out. We need to wrap this show up.
Okay,
he needs dinner
okay.
and he needs his medicine and he just iggied me. Okay, this little shit just iggied me.
My question is, what do we close out on? We close out on "I believe in miracles." No. Gotta find like
Olivia
Paradise
Newton-John Xanadu.
Yeah, there
the
you
DDR
go.
mix.
Yeah, we can. Dude, I forgot which one it was.
There might be like a chiptune remix though.
There was literally one of the KOF songs that I played that got tagged.
Oh, he got hiccups. He has hiccups. Oh no. Listen. Shh.
We can't hear that, I don't think.
I saw him like shake.
Yeah. But yeah, there was actually, I forgot which KOF song it was that got tagged, and I had to mute the ending of our stream because of that.
Was it Krauser's theme?
Might have been.
I can't remember which one. It was. It was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I had to mute the ending of it, so it was so weird. Anyways, what should I play?
Do the Xanadu.
I can't.
Yeah, we don't have enough time to look for like a chiptune remix of it or anything.
Can we do a CVS2 song?
Well, wait, hang on. I literally just YouTube